Some mornings, the world feels loud before I even open my eyes. Thoughts rush in. Worries whisper. Questions ask things I don't always have answers for. But before fear can settle, I remind myself of this truth. The Lord is my light and my salvation. So tell me, why should I be afraid? When darkness tries to creep into my thoughts, His light shows me where to stand. When uncertainty pulls at my heart, His presence steadies me. I don't say this because life is easy. I say it because life can be hard, and I have learned where my strength truly comes from. There have been moments when I felt surrounded. Moments when anxiety pressed in from every side. Moments when I wondered if I was strong enough for what lay ahead. But again and again, I returned to this promise. The Lord is the strength of my life. Not my plans. Not my control. Not my understanding. Him. And when I remember that, fear begins to loosen its grip. I've learned that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it simply whispers, stay. Stay grounded. Stay faithful. Stay still long enough to hear God speak. Because even when my heart feels restless, I know where to turn. I seek Him, not because I have everything figured out, but because I trust that He does. There is one thing I desire above all else. Not certainty, not answers, not control. What I want is to dwell in the presence of the Lord. To rest where peace lives. To sit where fear cannot follow. To be reminded that I am safe. Even the path ahead is unclear. In His presence, my worries don't disappear. But they no longer define me. Life will always bring challenges. There will always be voices telling me to panic. To rush. To give up. But I choose a different voice. I choose the voice that calls me closer. Because when I draw near to God, I remember who I am. And whose I am. There are days when I don't feel brave. Days when faith feels quiet. Days when doubt speaks louder than hope. On those days, I don't pretend to be strong. I simply ask. I ask God to hear me. I ask Him to guide me. I ask Him to lift my head when it feels heavy. And He does. Not always the way I expect, but always in the way I need. I've learned that waiting is not weakness. Waiting is trust. Trust that God is working even when I cannot see it. Trust that He is preparing a way even when the road feels hidden. So I wait. Not with fear, but with hope. I remind myself to be brave. Not because I feel fearless, but because I know who walks with me. I let my heart take courage. I let my breath slow. I let peace settle where fear once lived. And I wait on the Lord. Because waiting on Him has never meant being forgotten. If you're listening right now and your heart feels tired, if fear has been louder than faith, if you've been carrying more than you were meant to carry alone, let me remind you, you are not abandoned. You are not unseen. You are not facing this by yourself. The same God who is my light is your light too. So when fear asks, what if? Answer with truth. The Lord is my light. The Lord is my salvation. The Lord is the strength of my life. And because of that, I will not be afraid.